David Ramsey and Emily.
Where'd you go, man?
I saw a lap and I had to sit in it.
So guys, we have something really special for you guys today, a little surprise. We're gonna do a little something different, and this is about a 10-year-old girl named Kaylee, and she donates her hair to Wigs for Kids, and she wanted to do something special for us and donate her hair right now during this panel with the help of all three of these lovely people, and we're going to cut her hair, so let's give it up for her.
I'm super nervous right now. Emily, can you go first? Because
I said I would do this if you went first.
Oh, really?
I just said that in the greater.
Okay, I'll go first. Please. And listen, Kaylee, you should know that in Diggle's storyline right now, so give me the shears. Where are the shears? Here we go. I'm first one up.
Princess Magic Scissors, if I'm not mistaken.
We're like, hey, Mom.
Oh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good.
Okay, let me check. Yeah, she's still got her head. We're good, we're good.
Excellent news. All right. We're going to leave one, right? So which one?
It was not a piece of Kaylee, guys. Kaylee, you are one brave soul. I would have never let that happen. I am hairstylist all the way.
I can't believe you gave us mics and a pair of scissors. This is
oh my
day.
God, as awesome as that was, I'm so glad it's over.
Well, Emily's ready for a career change
We were
now.
talking last night about when during the panel we should do this, and I go, at the beginning, I won't be able to focus.
Okay, guys, if you have questions, you can start lining up. I know there's going to be a lot of...
Dear God.
Okay, calm down, guys. This is not a marathon. We have all day. Just make sure to keep it one question each. And I know some people come up and go, a part two, but guys, let's get as many people as we can. Talk into the microphone, please.
A lot of rules.
Yeah.
Listening.
But that was the end of the rule. There was just two. So I'm not going to talk. Who cares about that? You can go ahead and get started.
Well, first of all, good morning.
Morning.
And, well, my mom wanted to know, Steven, why didn't you bring the salmon ladder with you? And I want to know, because I loved you as Casey Jones in Ninja Turtles last year. What was it like being on that set, working with Megan Fox, Will Arnett, and everybody? And if Paramount does part 3, are you going to be back?
I mean, I just don't bring the salmon ladder out until Sunday afternoons. And I would love to do Turtles Part 3. I'd love to do more Casey Jones stuff. And I have a ton of really, really fun stories from the set, most of which include Will Arnett, and none of which I'm able to talk about right now. Will Arnett can say literally anything, and it's funny. Whatever it is. Hi. I love Will. Such a good guy. Canadian, not an accident.
Okay, thank you. You can go ahead over here. Look at how cute they are. They're all like sitting down so everyone can see. So nice today, guys.
Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Okay,
Don't be nervous. I'm nervous all the time. Just do it.
What do you feel like you're about to cut a 10-year-old's hair?
Are you the 10-year-old that came up here? No, then you're good.
Okay, first I just want to say that I do love all you guys, and this question is mainly for Steven. I hope you're okay after getting slammed through a table at Ring of Honor. And I just wanted to know like how Team Arrow or Oliver Queen would feel if the Bullet Club showed up as villains on an episode of Arrow.
That'd be so good. I'm trying to get those guys to come out to one of these shows as a group. I think that would be amazing. Those guys are great. You know, Matt, Nick, and Kenny, and Cody being the main guys that I've been able to hang out with. I appreciate anyone that does something in an entrepreneurial spirit, and those guys, they're really paving their own way. I mean, we would decimate them within one episode. They would be the group that we would foil in Act 1, and then figure out what the real problem was. What am I saying?
We'll tell Cody that.
We'll talk to Cody about that. No, of course, Cody's been on the show, so if Sanson was ever going to come back on the show, it would only make sense that he would be surrounded by his group of Bullet Club friends. That'd be fun.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please tag Cody in this. I want to see this wrap. I just want to observe.
Hey guys. So first I want to say that I love you guys all so much. You're all super amazing. And my question is, why didn't Oliver and Barry hug in the crossover?
Why did Oliver and Barry hug in the crossover?
Actually, a really good question. Yes, why didn't Barry?
We got like 3 kisses from random.
So much subtext in that non-hug.
That is a tremendous question.
I've been waiting a year for that hug.
Waiting a year for the hug?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell Grant this, and we'll see if we can't interact something just for you personally.
Come on, Arrow, hug you, and then leave.
During that whole scene, you know whenever Barry like picks up Diggle and then David vomits, right? David vomits. He knows that I can't take it. I always break. So when you watch that episode, when you see both Emily and I look away, it's not because we're disgusted, it's because both of us are laughing.
Yeah, I always get Steven with that. He enjoys it. Yeah.
Thank you. Good.
Good morning. Last season on Flash, Grant Gustin was presented with the opportunity to expand his acting range and be a pure villain. What was that like for you during Crisis on Earth X to be a pure villain? Because I loved seeing it. I was wondering what that was like for you to show that.
I enjoyed it a little too much. I mean, I really like playing that. I really like playing that version of Oliver. Before, I mean, sorry. These feel like murky waters.
It's okay to be a villain.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's not the villain of his own story. I've heard people say that, you know, and in his mind, what he's doing is right. What he was, born into and indoctrinated into, he believes in. So the most important thing for me playing that version of Oliver was that his love for Kara was as pure and as real as good Oliver, or Earth One Oliver, good murderer. I want to make sure that Dark Arrow's love for Overgirl was as pure as Oliver's love for Felicity. And if that oh, get rid of this.
Spoilers.
I'm not saying that they have the same, outcome or chemistry or, likability.
I love that reaction.
Being Nazis and all. I wanted to make sure that, I didn't set out to play him as evil. I just set out to play him with a different set of ideals. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miriam. Before I ask my question, I just want to say that I love you all so much and your characters. So my question is, if each of you could revive someone from the Arrowcast, who would it be and why?
Who do you guys want to
Revive someone from the Arrow past?
Like,
Revive.
Yeah, that's
Revive.
dead right now.
Who's probably died in the past.
Oh, I see.
Who do you want back?
Sarah. Baby Sarah.
Okay.
Oh, baby Sarah.
Baby Sarah.
No, baby Sarah. I know I love baby John. Barry. Did you know that 2 children? I mean, it's okay to have 2 kids, right?
You can still have
Whatever.
another one.
Baby Sarah's gone, and I feel so good about it. Thank you.
I take Janina, or I take Selena back in a heartbeat.
Oh my
That'd be amazing.
Tommy, thank you. I think during the crossover we got you never knew where the Tommy Merlin character was going to go, and I think during the crossover we got a sneak peek of what he would be like as as a villain, and that wow, that would have been incredible, really incredible.
What was your reaction when you read that? Did you already know that was happening, but they gave you the script and they're like, it's going to be Colin, by the way?
No, a month before the crossover started, I got a text from Colin saying, trying to work it out, hope everything's good with schedule. And I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? And then I read the crossovers in order, because everyone was getting on me about crossover decisions. And I got in touch with one of our EPs and I said, if I get one more question about the crossovers having not read any of the 4 scripts, I'm going to go insane. So they handed me the scripts and I read them in order, and I just assumed that it was Josh Segarra as evil Prometheus. And I read the first page of Arrow and I was like, whoa! I was fired up. It was great. Yeah, really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So it's kind of the running thing across the Arrowverse that all the female characters comment on how attractive Oliver is. And I can hand wave a lot of stuff. I can hand wave magic and people coming back from the dead. What I can't hand wave is why no one ever comments on how attractive Diggle is. I just want to know if anybody's ever going to finally be like, yeah, Oliver, you're lovely, but...
That's the question. I like the question. Will anyone worship Diggle the way they worship Oliver Queen? It's not a bad question.
Your arms are the size of my head, so really,
I feel like a piece of meat and I like it.
Yeah. There's the difference between paying someone to subtly make a suggestion and what's happening right now.
We're going to rehearse this next time.
So no, yes,
maybe. That's a real question. So,
They could write a scene where just Felicity is looking at Oliver while he's working out, Lila's looking at Diggle while, and they just both look at each other, Felicity and Lila go.
great suggestion. We'll talk about that.
What's your going rate?
All right. You go to all the cons and just stand up and say them.
Go ahead. Okay, so I personally want to know where you started as an actor, and my mom has been talking about you, Steven, all the time. She just wants a hug for you. It's giving me a headache now.
Where is she?
Right here.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Here we go.
So the question was, where did you guys start off in your acting careers? That was the question.
I started out in Toronto, and just sort of middled through jobs. But I mean, I started my first acting that I can remember was in high school. I was in 10th grade. And then I did productions every year. And then it took me sort of flipping around and futzing about until I was almost 30 when I was in Los Angeles full time. And that's when I sort of, it wasn't my first acting job, but that's where I got the job, which was NCIS LA. Nope, CSI Miami. I got NCIS LA next. and then I was in a scene with Chris O'Donnell, and we looked too much alike, and they cut it. And never mind. It's a true story.
It's a good story.
But the CSI Miami job is the job that I think of that I connect to eventually getting this job. So then.
How'd you start off?
When I was 14, I saw my brother in a church play, and I wanted to play football. And I saw him in a play, and I was like, wow, I admired him so much. And I was thinking, I can do that. So I tried it, I really liked it, and then I realized, you know, you don't have to get hit in football to get the girls. So it kind of started, you know, just kind of admiring my brother, but after that I just fell in love with it. And that was back a very long time ago, back in Detroit when I was 14.
Emily?
I was in a small town in Canada, just doing a little bit of musical theater on the stage and never getting a big enough part that was like past ensemble and past chorus, and I just loved stories. We did like Oliver and Pippi Longstocking and Early Modern Millie and Peter Pan and Annie, Chicago. All those things. And I just loved it. There was just nothing else. And my parents were both academics, so they were like, film. Go do theater extracurricular. You'll do great at school. Yeah. Okay. That's about it.
Thank you.
Hi. So this question is primarily for Emily, but if you boys want to chime in after her, feel free.
I paid her. It's mine.
Yeah, it's more settled.
You're great.
So the question is, do you have a favorite Felicity outfit because she's had some gems?
Pants. When she wears pants, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, look at all the things we can do. I'm like running around the bunker, and I'm like, there's a couple like iconic outfits I think of when I think of Felicity. I'm like, oh yeah, that made a lot of sense for her. Season 1, there was a sweater when we were on Big Belly Burger for the first time. She wore this like sweater that had a bear on it that we never saw again. Apparently, it wasn't good enough. She was wearing pants in that scene. And then there's the dress with like the triangle, which is like very comic book cut out. And trying to think.
Whenever we're shooting a scene that's in either the loft or Oliver's apartment, we'll always hear Emily, especially if she's there, she'll be like, well, Felicity would be barefoot right now, right? Right?
Yeah, totally.
And the director's like,
The heels in your own apartment. Girl has never worn heels in her own apartment. They sit by the door, they're put on the way out. I took my heels off underneath the dinner table last night. Like, that's how committed I am. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is for Steven. Have you ever wished you were Oliver Queen in real life?
Have you ever wished you were Oliver Queen in real life?
remember back in season 1, season 2, when he was a billionaire? Take away all the emotional baggage and the vast assortment of crimes against humanity. And yes. Thank you very much for your question.
Good morning. My name is Ui, and I have a request, not a question. Today, it's my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Who else has a birthday today? I bet you someone else in this audience has a birthday today. Okay, well let's get all the different birthday people to stand up, please.
On a chair.
And in honor of Uwe, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We give everyone happy birthday to you.
Hello. Hi, I really enjoyed the crossover episode, and Stephen, you spoke a little bit about Dark Oliver. Emily and David, Emily, I wanted to know if there's any more of a backstory to your doppelganger that you could share, and David, I wanted to know what would your doppelganger have been like, do you think?
Well, so, is there ever going to be more of a story to your doppelganger?
So, I feel like this doppelganger Felicity just needed a little bit more life. I don't know if she'll get it. I don't have much for you. I was really happy that she made an appearance because I wasn't sure she was going to. It was sort of like a couple snippets in the crossover. It was my favorite scene, most exhausting scene. Yeah, that day was bananas. But I wish I had more for you. I really do. I think what she was going through is like absolutely terrifying, and it just there was just like a lot of I don't know fear and I don't know just sort of tragic scenarios, and I feel so much for her, and I really hope that she made it out.
Normally when we're on set, even if it's tough stuff that we're filming, we are able to interact. We didn't interact a ton that day. Emily was in a
corner.
Yeah.
Dark closet. I couldn't find me actually. It was a really dark closet right before my mark. But it was very secret. It was fun. It was a good corner. I really missed that closet.
Or pants.
Oh my God, pants again.
Diggle's doppelganger. We haven't seen Diggle's doppelganger, have we? You know what I think?
Checking in.
I think Diggle's doppelganger should have a certain power ring. Just saying. I have no idea who he's going to be. We're going to see him. We're still kind of working on Diggle's parents. You know, Diggle was hatched. We haven't seen Diggle's parents yet, so we're working on that. So, baby steps.
I just pictured like a little baby Diggle's head popping out of the egg. That's so weird.
That's really, really weird.
I'm picturing your adult-sized head on a baby's body, and it's just too fresh.
We have,
coming out of an egg.
We have a lot of talented artists and graphic designers in the audience. If we don't have a picture of David's head hatching out of an egg by the end of the day,
yes, there's going to be an issue.
This convention.
We'll get Barry and Oliver to hug.
And you know, if you crack the egg, you'll make diglets. I had to go. I just had to go. It was a low picture, it was an underhanded picture. I had to swing.
Thank you for the diglets.
Hi, my name is Samira. Me and my friend Amina totally love you guys. My question is, even though you guys portray DC superheroes, who is your favorite Marvel superhero and why?
Sky, Chloe Bennett. I guess we're on stage like that.
It's not a super original answer, but Iron Man. But I mean principally because of Robert Downey Jr.'s portrayal. 100%. He's lived with that character now for what? For over a decade?
Oh, so much to his portrayal of Iron Man.
100%.
100%. Moon Knight. You don't know? Now you know. Just a great, great character. Moon Knight.
Thank you.
Okay, so if somebody from the Arrow cast, if you were to switch with somebody from the Arrow cast, who would it be? Like their roles in the show.
While you think about that, would you come on up here for a second, please? Because I love your outfit so much.
So if you were to switch characters with anyone on the show, who would it be and why?
Oh, I got it. Neil McDonough. I would love. That would be so fun. Neil McDonough. Neil McDonough, sorry. I was going to say his name. He is. So he's not like evil. Like a nice thing.
Speaking of which, I'd like to be Prometheus. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Got a little taste of that Dark Oliver. Full ride.
Yeah.
For me, I wouldn't mind Slade. Yeah. I couldn't do it better than Manu. Manu just tears up the scenery, but just a great character.
We all chose villains. Do we need to have a chat?
We did choose villains, didn't we?
Making the right choice
Anyone?
again and again.
And
again.
We'll take an OTA therapy session.
Oh boy.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for your question.
I'm Olicity, married now. So.
Let's get married now.
What's up, TV spouse?
Okay. So the next episode is like the reception. So they're probably gonna have like their first dance. So I was wondering if Emily and Steven, could you like demo them? Like,
We can show you our dance
like,
from last night.
Them to demo
No,
their
we want
first
to-
date?
like
I'll
if
show you
like
the dance
Oliver
moves
like
from last night.
spun Felicity. Yeah.
Sorry, say that again?
Like if Oliver like spun Felicity or something. Like cute, you know?
He better have. They just got married.
Yeah.
Twirl. She
Yeah,
twirled him.
there's a twirl. Yeah, I'm in a deleted scene. I'm twirled.
Didn't make the final cut against my suggestion.
Yep. We do have a reception in the upcoming episode. It's really fun. I think my favorite part of it was Rick Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He's really good. And
Donna.
And Donna.
Oh, it's a good episode.
You can't vacillate between character names and real people names.
I'm sorry, it's all blended. It's just a mixing bag.
Okay.
Echo's hilarious.
Echo's really.
Well, Curtis.
Curtis. Shut up. Yes, he's great.
One of the great ad-libs in the history of the show, in like season 4, when Echo as Curtis is sort of bumbling along, and Paul as Lance, who's like gets really into scenes, just out of nowhere goes, "Shut up, Curtis!"
And we just busted up. It's just the funniest. Paul is very funny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Robin.
When Batman will appear in Arrowverse?
When is Batman going to appear in the Arrowverse?
What time is it?
After Batwoman comes.
I don't know, man.
Will Mark Hamill play as Joker, even though he's playing Trickster?
Oh, that'd be fun, man.
I'll
tell you
Yes,
what, I don't
that's
know.
exactly
I
the
don't know.
storyline.
I think one of the things that you could do for the crossover next year, I think one of the interesting ways, because in terms of scalability, I don't entirely know how we reach beyond an army of invading Nazis from a different world. I think one of the things that you could do during a crossover event, so to speak, would be to introduce a new character from DC that is very popular. Now, should it definitely be David Ramsey as Green Lantern from a doppelganger from a different Earth? Yes, of course.
Katie Cassidy was supposed to be there, but she couldn't because her dad passed away.
Yeah.
How do you felt about the death of David Cassidy?
Well, we feel for Katie, you know. I think that, you know, beyond doing a show, which is a lot of fun, we spend, and I spend a great deal of time with the people on the stage and the people that are out there on the floor. And I think that, you know, the fact that you see at events like this, the number of people from the cast that come, it's because we really are a family and we really do get along. So above all else, we feel for Katie. She's been back on set, and she's been as professional and as exceptional as ever. But we feel for her. We know that it's tough. So we're there for her, and I'm sure that soon enough she'll be back here for you guys.
Thank you.
And by the way, one more thing. There's an upcoming Teen Titans in live action. Is it part of Arrowverse?
God help not.
Getting crowded.
No, I mean, I can't cross over with another show.
I already signed you for it.
What's that?
I signed you up for it.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Whatever
I'm
you
your
say,
manager
Twin
now.
Spouse.
Green Arrow and Nightwing. Oh yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to ask all of you if, just why, whenever you're facing off against a villain, whenever you guys' TV versions are facing off against a villain, why don't you just call up Barry to help you fight him?
Cal.
Yes.
What's up, Cal? That's an awesome question.
Creative license. She's taking a look. He's busy. He's getting married with us.
No, it's the great question, you know. Call someone who can move faster than light to help you, right? Like, why not?
Well, then your whole show would just be you guys sitting around in the chair just spilling out all the time.
Sign me up.
Tremendous idea. Next week on Arrow, Diggle and Felicity and Oliver play Cards Against Humanity.
The end. Sign me up.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank you for this honor to be able to get to ask you this question. And what I am proposing is that there is a superhero who has the ability to help those people who are in recovery from alcohol or drug addiction and are, it's not an easy task to stay in that program. Or they are looking for help. The superhero has the ability to reach in and make a difference in their lives. So my question is two parts. What would be the name of this superhero? And what would be his super or her superpower?
That's an excellent question.
That is a good question. I think, I don't know if, first of all, it's a loaded question. But for me, as a fan of the show, I think that superhero is Captain Lance already. I think Paul Blackthorne and the writers have taken that disease very seriously in that character. And they didn't wipe it away with one season or even two. He still struggles with it. And Paul, as an actor, as a very, very fine method actor, has taken the responsibility of being watched by people in recovery and people who have dealt with this seriously. He takes it very, very seriously. So I think you have that. I think you have. I don't know. I can't speak for Paul, but as a fan of the show, what I see being said and what's being represented in that character, I think you have it. His name's Captain Lance.
We meet people like that every day. It's one of the reasons I like coming to events like this. Is you get a chance to sit down and, what do you do? And the answers that people come up with, whether they're
whether they're a doctor, whether they're a teacher, whether they're, you know, you hear so many stories, and I mean, I think Captain Lance represents that, but I don't think that those people need a name to be superheroes. I mean, their level of selflessness, you know, it's almost better that they just exist in the shadows and just keep doing their thing.
I think it's a really good conversation starter, and I think a really good question about humanity and sort of why we resonate with superheroes in the first place. I was talking to Stephen about this a while ago, and how, you know, superheroes always need to be based in reality to a certain extent. We connect with them, they fight with their shadow. There's some things the superhero can't do. And I feel like Paul has that on the show, I really do. He's that type of superhero. When you're thinking about, you know, the one behind the mask and the one sort of, you know, actioning all over town, there's a reason we relate to those people, because when they fight for us, but there's things that we need to be able to relate with them on an emotional level, of how they can deal with humanity and their friends and their family, and getting sick themselves, and see how they grow through that, because that's a battle of its own. And it's a really, really beautiful question, and I don't think we gave you the answer, the flashy answer that we're looking for, but I really appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate your insight, and I'd also like to put it out there. I've asked random people because I feel like I'm in an environment of some of the most creative minds, probably, and I've been getting some wonderful.
What do you do?
I'm an artist and a teacher.
Well, there you go.
And I have, I'll share with you. I got a text this morning from a person who is an addiction counselor, and he knows that I'm here, and said, what if it was a superhero who could, you know, walk into a bar, and this is kind of what I pictured, and there sitting on the bar was a person's 3 months token of sobriety. At the same time, he's so tempted to take a drink. What could he do? It does not have to be, I mean, one of the things I thought, you know, the arrow would just kind of,
How about like Captain Tranquility? Give it a try.
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't do Captain Trank for short though. Thank you very much.
Great question.
Thank you.
Hello. I just wanted to know if you had to be any character from the DC universe, whether villain or hero, what would it be?
I'm just gonna say Jimmy Olsen. I'm just gonna mix it up.
For me, it'd be another villain. Dark Side. Yeah, I love Dark Side.
I'd like to see some Batgirl.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hi. First off, I want to say I hope you're having a great time this weekend.
We are, because this was the very first Heroes and Villains show back in 2015. So, I don't want to thank everyone, but we really consider San Jose to be our home show. We love you guys, and it's really, really cool.
For all three of you. So all of your characters have scars and interesting stories that go along with it. And I was wondering if any of you have any interesting scar stories.
When I was 3.5, what? When I was 3.5, somebody spilled industrial drain cleaner. You're not laughing now, are you? I'm fine, by the way. But somebody spilled industrial drain cleaner in an underground parking lot. Didn't clean it up. I was a little guy. Came walking along, and I slipped in it. And I have, and they did a wonderful job. It was a 4th degree chemical burn right here on my leg. And so when I was a little kid, that went from here all the way down to there. So I went to Sick Kids Hospital in Toronto, which is the best children's hospital on the planet. I'm not saying that because I'm from there. I'm saying that because that's the truth. And look it up. And I had a skin graft then, and then I went back when I was in 2nd grade and just had some tension taken out of it. And I think one of the very best parts about it is that, you know, I walk around all the time and people never see it. Like, even if...
I just noticed it like a couple months ago and I was like, what is that?
Yeah. Doctors did a wonderful job. Really, really wonderful. Oh yeah, no, get right in there. I am so excited for this photo to be on social media. Maybe more excited than I've ever been.
Oh, it's a good day for you, cutting hair.
That's nice.
Cutting hair and showing off scars. And by the way, every scar does have a story, and nobody should be ashamed of theirs. Because
Word.
who cares? I will.
It's like early 2000s, you look good.
I fell in a river once. No, honestly, I was about 5 and I hit a rock on there's a little island, believe it or not, right on the Detroit River called Belle Isle. And I fell on a rock. It's a scar to this day. Still there. Right there.
When people Instagram this stuff later, I'm ready for the meme captions. On Monday, we spent the whole panel talking about chins and shin.
And hair.
Hair, legs.
I have a couple, but I'll give you one.
It's emotional, this scar.
We're talking physical scars. We're talking physical
Easy. Sorry, just putting together my insides. Thanks. I was a no good teen. Yeah. My mom doesn't like this story. There's a scar on the. I can't show you. My pants will not come up beside yours. There's a scar right here. It's about an inch long. It looks like it looks like a thin black line, like someone drew like a pen mark. Now every so often I'll get to a new show, I'll get to a new job, and if you're wearing shorts or something, like make bars will try and cover it up. I'll be like, oh man, it's a dark day. I have to remember that. I was running away from some law enforcers. I was 14. It was rocky. It was a beach. Thank you all for noticing. No, I was not arrested. I won. And I slipped on one of these rocks. We have beaches in Canada. They're all rocks. Big rocks, like boulders. You don't lie down, you don't tan. There's no sand. You've never seen it. Especially where I'm from. And I slipped on this rock, and I was bleeding everywhere. And I had two of my best friends with me, whom I still know. And we had to sneak back into one of their parents' houses through the window with a bleeding leg. So there's blood on the side of the house now. And I had to wash my leg in the sink with iodine, and there's still a scar on my leg. And sometimes I think about it and I go, oh, was that you and me? Good thing you made it out alive.
Was that this past summer?
Yeah. I'm only 15, guys. It was a day to remember. My mom hates this story, so I'm so glad she's going to get to see this.
Get this on social media too.
Please don't.
Thank you.
It's my dad's birthday today. If we don't put this on social media, that'd be great. Yeah. Happy birthday, Dad. I know, Dad and Yui and everyone else was standing.
Guys, we have time for a few more questions, so if you want to rapid fire them, so go ahead.
Lightning. All right, so real quick, great shout out for Ravenclaw, anyone who's in that house. Other question, Stephen, you raised $35,000 for charity doing American Ninja Warrior, and you just slayed that course. It was amazing. But I wonder, David and Emily, could you beat his time?
It's not about time.
Steven, you tell me. Can I be your time?
If I ever bet against any physical endeavor you undertaking, if I ever bet against you, I would go broke. So yeah, probably.
It's a good day today.
Thank you.
Love you guys, and I actually had a request. It's my sister's birthday. Can I actually give you a hug? Or
After the panel.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
at
That'd be
their
great.
table.
That'd be great. Awesome, man.
Go ahead.
Hi. So she kind of stole my thunder beforehand. I was going to say thank you, Stephen, for following up with the American Ninja Warrior Challenge. I was actually in Salt Lake when you said you would do it at your panel.
You understand that I couldn't lift my arms for weeks afterwards, right?
Yes, but we still greatly appreciate it. Your fan base loves
Good
you.
to see you, David. Yeah, and then the next episode was episode where every day started off with Emily just laying on the ground immobile, and the director going, "Pick her up."
I was like, yeah, pick me up.
So besides the thank you, there's rumor have it you'd love to have an archery contest with Katniss and Legolas. Well, I can fill in for Katniss if you'd like.
Yeah.
There's a setup outside.
Is there really?
Yes.
Can I be like,
Yes, Emily, you can be Legolas.
Is it real archery or is it like Nerf archery?
It's more like Nerf archery.
Like Nerf archery? Alright, well that's not official. So
Scared?
if I have some time, where is it relative to where we are right now?
Right out there.
Okay, if I have some time, I'll come by today.
All right. Nerf? Yeah.
See you later.
Hope to see you there.
giving all the autographs at the Nerf table? If anyone wants to see me, later.
Alright, hi. So the new movie just came out, right? I know that you already had a response to you being in Justice League, but can I hear that response again? As
I
to
did?
Why? I think you did a long time ago.
I mean, these are things that I think people think that we think about. But I mean,
Would you consider it?
sure.
If I start a petition? Damn.
Sure. I mean, I'm so happy with my role within the DC universe, and whether the Arrowverse, the DCEU, the DMV, the BLT, you know what? Honestly, would I like to be in a sequel to the Justice League movie? Well, yeah, I like hanging out with Jason Momoa, so sure. But you want to cast literally anyone to play the Green Arrow in the next version? Don't care.
I want a good
it's all
looking
good.
guy.
It doesn't make any difference to me. What's that?
A good looking guy?
A what?
Good looking. You're good looking.
No, I wish nothing but success for any project with DC on its name.
That poster needed you just there. Oh no. Just hit my favorite joke most time.
What? You're what? I said you look really nice.
That's how you subtly do it, David.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jiggle your hot too.
One more question. Two more questions.
Please.
Hey guys, my name is Dino. So really cool to see you guys here. I just want to say first, the Earth X crossover was awesome. Earth X Oliver crushes all the other villains that I've prepared so far.
Thanks, man.
But my question is for David Ramsey. He said in episode 7 that last year's crossover Perfect Life was being the Green Arrow, and I just want to know how long has Diggle wanted to be the Green Arrow?
How long has he wanted to? That whole Dominators thing, we're going to play that out through the season. I don't know if he wants the mantle as much as he feels as if the mission has now become just as much a part of him as it is Oliver. And I think that's where his trajectory is. I don't think he wants necessarily to wear the hood as much as it is. He can lead the team, and he can help the city. And I think he realizes that through the crusade that Oliver began. So I think that's more of the adjustment that I think we're going to make, and you'll see that play out.
Did you say lead or leave?
Lead. But yes, I'm going to give something away.
He just really wants the leather. He's the green leather.
One last question, please.
There are going to be 100 of those printed by tomorrow morning, covering your trailer.
Won't be wearing that. Won't be wearing that.
Hello. Hello, my name is Christina, and this question is for Emily. Hi. 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 Emily, have you ever thought, like, if it was up to you, what would Felicity's startup project be?
Oh, I always thought it was going to be about the chip on her back. Mostly because we didn't, the way we sort of ended that storyline, we did because we didn't have enough time, and I wanted more. And I just think that if we were able to dive back into that, we might actually get sort of like a full-fledged storyline from her, and like her sort of recovery, and like maybe seeing like how she dealt with, you know, everything she went through, and also getting to help other people. So that to answer your question, that's what I always considered her startup with hers to be. And, you know, mostly just having an alliance with, you know, her company, and sort of trying to figure out the chip her back and helping other people walk again. Thank you.
And thank you guys. Can we give it up to OTA and Kaylee?